There are about 400 codes of conduct around the world, covering all aspects of journalism. Some of them are very short, some of them are very long. But actually all of them are really focused on 5 key values for journalism. And the first of them is accuracy. Accuracy is very important. So therefore the first principle is no deceptive handling of the facts.
I just want to finish the third part of the question there. You said, do we regret helping Donald Trump get elected? I'm getting rather sick and tired of that. I mean, I'm sitting in a room full of journalists. Any news organization, any publishing organization works. It's a simple basic rule that you work by. If a material is newsworthy and if it's truthful and if it's in the public interest to publish it, you publish it. You don't have a choice to actually say, no, we're not going to publish it. You have a duty to publish it. I hope all of you agree in here. If not, you don't.
Secondly, there's the principle of independence. The work that you do is your own work, but it's not on behalf of anyone else. You're not there to be a spokesman for the government. You have transparency in what you do, so that when you are speaking and dealing with your audience and producing material, you're acting independently.
My name is Dr. Rosenberg, and I have a question first of all on the question of asylum. If Ecuador granted asylum, surely Ecuador is fully entitled to withdraw asylum whenever it wishes to. On the question of the surveillance, as you say, you knew perfectly well that there were cameras there. Isn't it a bit ironic that you're complaining about surveillance within the embassy? Surely Ecuador is fully entitled to have cameras within its own embassy, and it's a bit ironic you're complaining about leaks. And as for the point about his rights, surely the answer is in Julian Assange's own hands. All he has to do is walk out of the embassy and he will no longer be under surveillance from.
Well, there were some questions in between the surelys. Do you want to start, John?
Thirdly, there is the principle of impartiality. That is to say, you recognise that there's more than one side of a story. And very often there's more than 2 sides of a story. And as a journalist, you're responsible for looking and thinking about what are the other sides of this story. Here is one story that's being told, but what are the other opinions that I need to bring in to make the story whole?
Okay, can I just, because I don't think you answered Joshua's question a moment or 2 ago, there is an undeniable irony about WikiLeaks of all people complaining about material being leaked. Julian Assange was noted for not having too many considerations about what should and shouldn't be published. Now when you get stung by the same thing, you're upset about it.
No, I don't see any irony in that.
All embassies are about spying. You yourself describe this embassy as the most surveilled building on earth. You're not a little naive. Why not didn't you take steps to counter what was obviously going to happen, that this time would be under audio and visual surveillance? I mean, it's frankly no good hiding behind niceties like client confidentiality, medical confidentiality. Spying is the exact opposite about that. That's the reality of spying. You have to have known that.
And then fourthly, there's the question of humanity. As a journalist, you're expected to show humanity. And what I mean by that is you're expected to be aware of the consequences of what you publish and what you broadcast. So you have to be aware that sometimes the words you use, the pictures you show can do damage. They can be harmful to people. It's not the job of a journalist to do undue harm.
Is that something that you find attainable? We're talking about conditions that are worse than any prisoner has to endure. And when it entails spying on legal meetings, which should be privileged, everybody agrees on that.
Being treated worse than he was in prison. What's the logical reason for staying in the embassy? Why not surrender to the legal process then? If you get better conditions inside prison, if you would have client confidentiality, if you would have medical confidentiality, you would have all these things in prison.
Well, when I was talking about prisons, I was referring to normal prison circumstances. We all know that what he is basically trying to avert is being extradited to the United States. And we have no idea what kind of prison condition he would have to endure there. We have precedents where we have seen people being locked up in confinement 3 hours or 24 hours a day. for months on end.
I haven't seen video surveillance then released on the internet, for example. So he would have privacy, which is what he's complaining about now. It's like privacy.
I don't get your point. So I mean, he should walk out of the embassy because of the situation there and voluntarily be extradited to the United States for the prosecution of being a publisher and an editor of a journalistic organization.
And fifthly is the issue of accountability. It's the one that's probably most difficult for journalists, and that's we're not a humble group.
So what laws did WikiLeaks break?
For example, libel, there are all sorts of laws.
Yeah, what laws did WikiLeaks break?
I'm not going to get into that discussion.
No, let's start starting a debate here in the room.
I'm not going to be lectured by you as to how I, as a journalist, do my job. You say what you want to do, I will do what I want to. We ask the questions. This is a press conference. You answer.
Well, I am answering the question, and I'm referring to what I believe is a sacred duty of journalists. All right?
We find it difficult to say sorry and to admit our mistakes, even though we can be lacerating in our criticism of others. But we have to do that. We have to engage with the audience, and we have to correct our mistakes, and we have to be prepared to provide remedies when we get it wrong and do damage. So these principles are pretty straightforward. Accuracy, independence, impartiality, humanity, and accountability. Those are the things that what make journalism different and distinct.